Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to Star Technology. Now, I have been a little bit away from this. I did like some stuff in this pack between episodes, and then I haven't been in the pack in a little while. So I've got to try and remember what I did. I've been finishing off my All the Magic Arcana series, which is, by the way, the opposite of this pack. If you're looking for no automations whatsoever and no tech at all, then go and check out All the Magic Arcana. I've got a playlist for it, which I will link somewhere. Maybe in the description of this video. There you go. But yeah, I've just finished that one off. So I'm probably going to full on just play this for a little bit, if I'm honest. But yeah, I did a few things. Now, refreshing my memory, I believe this is the first thing we did over here. I've been making some pure netherite dust. Now, we left last episode off with this recipe not working for us because we were trying to do it in our IV, I believe, and the minimum is LUV. So I said to myself, why don't we just get a large chemical bath and we will overclock it, which is what we've done right here. We've got two IV energy hatches. We have a look in this one. It is LUV. So there we go. We've got it doing the thing that we wanted it to do. So if I can get some, what is it? Tetra. Okay, tetra, there you go. Chloroethylene, I think that's how you say it. Tetrachloroethylene, there you go. So if we can get some of that, and we get some purified debris dust. Look how much stuff we've got. That's insane. This thing has been just going absolutely mental. It's awesome. And we've been getting loads of titanium as well, right? Titanium. 1,500 titanium now. It's mad. Anyway, right, did we get that tetrachloroethylene? Tetrachloroethylene. I'm quite proud of myself for learning how to say that, if I'm honest. Let's chuck that one in, and we need 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And over time, I think it's every 15 seconds now. Yeah, we get ourselves a pure netherite dust. And then we can use the pure netherite dust in an electric blast furnace with some nitrogen. Or on its own, but nitrogen, because, you know, speedier. And we get ourselves a pure netherite ingot, but it's hot. So obviously we have to put it through with some liquid helium to get it to be a pure netherite ingot. And I've done that now. And if we have a look at the quests, we are nearly finished with this set of quests right here. This is, I think, process line chapter 1, 2, and 3. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 right here. So I'm really excited to complete this. If I'm honest, that would be so good to complete one of these things here. Line of progression, we might complete this eventually, I think. I need to pick up the controllers for a few of my my machines. We could do that. I can't be bothered right now, but we could do that if we wanted to. We're going to get into Nakodar soon, I hope. That'd be really nice if we can get into Nakodar. Ooh, yeah. If we do get into Nakodar, then we can start making the you know, silicon balls and everything. That'd be really, really useful. Drilling rig as well. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, right. That's enough of the quests right there. That was the chemical bath that I set up. So have a look right here. We've already got pure netherite dust. Perfect. The other thing I did was right here. I set this up. I think I set this up between episodes. I can't remember if I set it up last episode or not. But basically, this thing, it has got 2 metal mixture dusts. It's got 48 stone dust. And I'm using, I think I've got 2 right here. Yeah, there you go. So I'm using a sender module. Ooh, that might back up after a little while with the metal mixture dust. Okay, we might have to figure that out, I think, at some point. Maybe we do another sender into the ME interface. I'm going to do that. Stick that one in like that. There you go. So what this thing here is doing is when the distillery tower... Why have you stopped? Oh, no, you haven't stopped. There you go. So you're making us some molten ore mixture. So that is 48 stone, 2 of the molten... No, what is it? The metal dust stuff. Metal mixture dust. And I think it's 48 buckets of lava. And I think the lava's coming in right here. Storage bus. I think it is. Yeah. Yes, that's how I've done it. Yeah. That's coming in now. Should be there. There you go. So that should be 48 buckets. Near enough. Quite slow, isn't it? But I didn't put any... oh, I did put some acceleration. Interesting. Okay. That might be because we're not actually making that much lava. But we are technically making quite a bit of lava. Because if we come down here... I built this whilst I was watching some Clarkson's Farm. Season 4. I was like, ooh, that's... I've got to do something off camera whilst I'm watching something that I really enjoy watching. So, yeah, this thing here, I'm using, what is it? ME storage bus. I shouldn't have done this, to be fair. Oh, to be fair, it's better than using a pipe, I suppose. But right here, we've got an import bus. We've got, I think that thing in there has got, tell you what, drop down, have a look. Yeah, it's got a HV upgrade kit. That is keeping the input buses on all of these fed with some cobblestone. And then we've got the soul campfires making us lava. Basically, it's our little lava setup we had, but I times it by 13. Because there's 4 here. There's 9 there. And this generates quite a bit of lava. It's quite useful, to be fair, having that much lava. Let's pop back up to the roof. Oh, no. There we go. And yeah, so the lava is basically being pumped in, and it's being pumped into this thing over here. Eventually, when it gets all of the lava to come through. And yeah, this thing is just making us the molten metal mixture. And obviously, it is keeping this thing over here stocked with the amount of stone dust and metal mixture dust that it needs. And the way that I'm doing that is, if we have a look in here, we have got a regulator module. And we've also got a regulator module on this one, even though we don't really need it. The regulator module is actually ridiculously good, in my opinion. Because you need a input buffer. This thing. You need one of these with both of the items. So if it takes 2 items, 2 different types of items, I should say, you need to put them both in the same bus. Otherwise, if I put, like, for example, the stone dust in this ULV input bus, it doesn't detect it as the same as the one if this was full up of metal mixture dust, for example. It just doesn't detect it. It's very strange like that. So, yeah, the regulator modules mean that you can put specific amounts of stuff into the input buses. Really useful, to be fair. Highly recommend using them. I do enjoy using those ones, to be fair. Now, I did another thing over here, and that is, this is so, it's not stupid. I think it's actually quite clever the way that I've done this. So, yeah, we've got right here, I've swapped out all the pipes because I'm worried that the world's going to lag at some point. Ooh, that does remind me. Yeah, we could do these ones as well. I'll do the back ones as well. And I could probably, no, I'm not allowed. Okay. Chunks modified 0. Oh, yeah, we need to give ourselves more claims at some point. I'm not going to do that right now because everything's loaded anyway. But yeah, over here, I've removed all of the pipes. And there is, I think there's 11 right here. 11 output hatches, right? And so far, we've been quite lucky. So the one over here, this has only got, what, 7 output hatches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there, 7. So that's really useful because that means that we can have 7 interfaces and 1 storage bus. And then we can power it like this. So that in itself is quite useful because that means we don't have to do any faffing. But over here, we do have to do some faffing. And for this, what we've got is we've got an interface. So basically, we're treating this stuff right here like it was another output hatch, but a single output hatch. Because, again, what we've done is we've got a quartz fiber. We've got a storage bus. All of these feed into the storage bus, which is then fed into this interface. And this interface is then fed straight into this storage bus, which is fed into this interface. And this interface is fed into our system. So this is still one, if I have a look right here, one channel. Mad, isn't it? That's so good. I actually really, really like that right there. So yeah, I've done that everywhere. If we pop around here, you can see these two as well. These are sort of symmetrical. That is a cool looking view right there. Ah, if those things didn't disappear, With a bit more render distance, that would look. I'll do this. Oh. I think our base is looking really nice, to be fair. So I am liking that right now. Now, the last thing that I did between episodes is right over here. Now, this looks stupidly complicated. Kind of is a little bit complicated, to be fair. I am making, I'm looping, or I'm attempting to loop some shards. There you go. Some of these infused shards. Now, the way that these work is, if we have a look at them, you can either use the earth charges and some liquid basalt in this case, or you can use an energized nether shard and some liquid basalt. And then you can get yourself an 80% chance to get the infused shard. That's at EV. We're technically at IV, so it's an 85% chance. So 15% of the time, it doesn't work. And we don't come out with a earth-infused shard, which is pretty good considering this is like 50%. And that's kind of annoying right there. So, yeah, what we've got right here is I've got a way of smooshing nether stars. So I've got a forge hammer. It's an IV one as well. So I'm smooshing down the forge hammer, the nether star with the forge hammer. You get 5 shards out of it. You can then energize those shards. You can then stick those shards through the autoclave with liquid blaze, basalt, blitz, and blizz. And we've actually got an 85% chance on all of these to produce one of these things, one of these either fire infused, earth infused. So if we don't hit that 15% chance on any of them, then we make it out with an extra shard, an extra one of these right here, nether star shard, right? That's how that works. In my head, at least, that's how that works. So this is kind of looping, but it's not. Now, this thing over here is a microservice because you don't actually have to touch it. There's no interaction with this. The only interaction with this is the output. So in my head, that's a microservice. It's got no like external thing to it other than the fact that it outputs stuff for us. So this is free, basically. It costs a bit of power, but yeah. This one over here is not free. This one is, well, it requires us to have blaze powder, blitz powder, blizz powder, and basalt powder. And those things are being fed into these over here, which are the, what are they called again? These things? Extractors. There you go. And the extractor is then being fed straight into a input hatch. So this has now actually got a bunch of basalt in there. Liquid basalt, I should say. This one, I think, is the blaze one. So it's got liquid blaze. This one is the blizz. And this one is the blitz. So that's the lightning one right there. And the way this works is if this thing down here has got in it a energized one of these things, an energized nether shard. In fact, we could probably put that one in there, right there. And it's got a crafting card in it. So that will actually go off and craft us an energized nether shard. If we have a look right here, we are making an energized nether shard. Now, watch this. That is going to be put into that one over there. It's then going to pull some blitz powder or blizz powder. And we did get one because we saw it actually being pushed back into this. Now, this one is going to be working on it. And then when that one comes back in, it's going to... There you go. Perfect. It's going to try and make another one of these. And to make one of those, it does the loop recipe. So right now, it's making us a nether star. And then it's going to forge hammer that nether star. And then it's going to energize the nether star shard. And it's going to put it in here. And then it's going to feed that one over there. And then after that, it's going to feed that one over there. And so on and so on. So it goes around. Although I think it annoyingly, it goes here, here, over there, and then over there. I didn't want it to do that, but that's how it just ended up doing the round robin. So that one over there is being powered. Now, by the looks of it, it just used one of the earth shards. Ah, there you go. And we got it all back. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to take that one out. This will work a lot better when it is UV, I think it is. Because if we have a look again at this shard, for example, if we take it all the way to UV, which is after ZPM, is a 100% chance. So that way we always get an extra. So there's no, like, it's like an infinite loop. Instead of right now, it's not an infinite loop because every so often we lose one of the shards. So yeah, there we go. In fact, if I put this one in here, we might not even get one out of this. In fact, I don't think we got one out of the this one here. The Blitz one. Oh, we did get one out of that. So, yeah, 21. Oh, we did get one from the ice one as well. Fair enough. Fine. Anyway, yeah, so this is supposed to be doing some looping right here, but I'm going to leave this for now. As I said, I think we'll come back to it when we've got UV because... yeah, I'd rather it be looped later on. We don't need it right now, to be fair. I was just messing about. Yeah. Anyway, right. So, today, I think the plan is probably get some nuclear stuff set up. Now, I did go ahead and make a bunch of stuff. Now, I've made myself... well, there you go. Now I've made it. I've made an IV16A energy converter. I don't know if this is, like, the proper thing to do, but what I am planning on doing... is setting up a nuclear... I might do it here, to be fair. Probably a good place to do it. Right in the middle of the base, where it could explode, but still. Yeah, I'm going to put in the nuclear power thing. I'm going to output the power into this, and then put it into our flux networks. I hope it's okay doing that. I don't know if it will, you know, allow us to do that, but if we place this down, and then I think it's a wrench, or is it a mallet? There you go. So that has turned this into converting EU into native. And native, I believe, is just FE, right? So MFE, it says right there. So I'm hopeful that this will work like this. I actually don't know, if I'm honest. But we'll have to come to that in a minute. But yeah, let's get rid of all of this stuff. I was looking into solar panels as well, because apparently we need like a lot more power. Not apparently, we definitely need a lot more power, right? I was planning on maybe spamming a bit more of these solar panels, filling in the gaps that we've got right here, right? So, what's that? That's 15, 15, 15, 15. And then it's 20, no. So that's 16 extras around the middle. So what's that? That's 60, 76. Maths. That's quick maths for me right there, actually. That's pretty good. So, yeah, let's try and make one of these nuclear reactors. Now, how does this look? So it does go at the bottom, and it is a 5x5. So I stick it there, in the middle, yeah? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, it's really hard to look at the black concrete. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we could do it over here, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is 5. So we need to move that back by 1. So there you go. That'll do us. That might interact with that right there, though. 1, 2. Nah, would be all right. Cool. Now, I did make everything for this. So if we have a look at this, we need... where is it? We've got tungsten steel pipe casing. Oh, we can't bookmark from this, can we? Okay. We need the laminated glass. We need heat vent and high temperature. So let's do high temperature. Heat. Vent. Laminated glass. Tungsten steel. It makes it in sets of 2. So that's why I've got 4 right there. And then nuclear. Bookmark that one. Thank you. What else do we need? We need a maintenance hatch. We need a dynamo hatch. Output hatch. Input hatch. And an output bus. And an input bus. Okay, so we need all of the different types of outputs and inputs, including a dynamo hatch, which I haven't actually made yet, but we can make that one like next. So, output hatch, let's get a You know what? We'll just do the regular stuff right there. Unless it has to be ULV, I mean. It might need to be. I'll have a look in a sec. It's all good. There you go. And then what was the last thing? We needed a dynamo, didn't we? You know what? We actually do have a dynamo in this thing. It's my LV dynamo. So we'll use that one for now. And then I'm planning on using the terminal for this. Terminal. Oh, and we need that maintenance hatch as well. Maintenance hatch. So can we just right click this with this? Shift R, right click. Oh, close. That is very close. It doesn't like the input hatch or the input bus. But it definitely took one of the maintenance hatches. That's a weird place to put the maintenance hatch. I'm going to pick that one up and we'll put it right here. Yes, sounds like a plan. Okay, so what was that? That was the input. Input. Right. Do you need to be the ULV? You might actually need to be ULV for this. Oh, I did it again. I may have put something in here which requires a HV. Okay, so what was that? That was raw styrene. That does not require that. Why has it got lava in here? Oh, I must have broken that at some point. Okay, tungsten steel. Let's grab our drum that I made. You gonna work now? Yes. Instantly made it. Love it. Okie dokie. Sweet. So that is going to be the ULV input bus. Shift R, right click. That has done it. So there's the input hatch. There's the input bus. Right. How do you work? I don't know, if I'm honest. It'll probably say it in the quests. Let's have a look. Futuristic machines. Actually, it was in the automation age. The nuclear reactor can be used to transform thorium into uranium and uraniums into plutoniums. Additionally, it produces quite a lot of power. Okay. Make sure that your dynamo is big enough. Okay, it's not, but still. Oh, and maybe look into paralyzing this. Parallel, I can never say that word. This thing. When you can, you could say it causes quite the reaction. Ooh. That sounds awesome. Okay, well, the last thing in this chapter right here is uranium hexafluoride. So if we have a zoom in, let's say. So we've got the ground pitch blend right there. Now, a bunch of people were saying that you can get thorium from macerating. Yeah, deep slate. So we are actually doing that. That's pretty funny. That was an unintended consequence right there of, yeah, grinding down deep slate. The only reason we're doing that is because we can centrifuge the deep slate to get ourselves biotite. And then we can use the biotite in an electrolyzer to get ourselves 2 buckets of fluorine. That's literally the only reason we've automated that. So, yeah, okay. But apparently that was one of the things that you needed. So pitch blend makes uraninite, I believe. Yeah, there you go. So you get uraninite, you get thorium, and you get lead from it as well. That's pretty good. Because we were running out of lead at one point. Am I putting it through here, the pitch blend? I actually don't know. I am not. I think I did at one point. So I do have some uranium, or uraninite, I should say. Nice. Now, I did go ahead and I automated this whole line right here. I think I did at least. So we've got uranium hexafluoride. So let's do that. By the way, uranium hexafluoride, which I believe is in the chemical reactor. It is. Uranium hexafluoride is the thing that you use in Mechanism to get yourself fissile fuel. I remembered that. So there is the quest. Love to see it. And then the enriched uranium hexafluoride and the depleted uranium hexafluoride. So we can get this one by... Okay, let's pop that one back in. The enriched stuff, you just centrifuge it. I think I'm just putting that through our actual centrifuge, as in... I'm not putting it through here. Why am I not putting it through here? Does it require... Yeah, let's have a look at the quest again. Why am I not putting it through this one? I must have put it through one of them because I put it down somewhere. Have I got a centrifuge somewhere else that I was using? I don't remember, if I'm honest. It should be in here. I tell you what, we can actually search up the recipe. Enriched. Enriched and depleted. Apparently, I put it in wherever this is. I put it in the wrong one. That's good that we noticed that. Oh, brilliant. Sweet. So this one actually has to go into here, like that. Oh, that's pretty good. And I think this one's got 2 output hatches as well, so that would work. If I do craft me a bucket of this. Uranium. Oh, wow. You don't get much out of it, do you? Okay, well, we'll get it to do that then. So this one is just going to make us... Yeah, the uranium hexafluoride. Then that's going to come in here. Did you do it? Oh, it did it already. We weren't even watching. So there's the enriched version. And we can't take the depleted version out for some reason. Probably because it's not allowed to be in a bucket. It does say right here that this is 293 Kelvin. You guys have pointed out to me that that means Kelvin and not 1000. So that's good to know, to be fair. I didn't know that until you guys said it in the comments. So thank you very much for that. So there we go. There is the depleted uranium hexafluoride as well. And I'm just going to... Should I just bookmark these? I probably should, shouldn't I? And then I also want to make the plutonium. Wish you could, like, just bookmark from here. Like, right there. You used to be able to, but you can't do it anymore. Unfortunately. It's a weirdness that's happened. Anyway, this one right here is... electrolyzing the enriched uranium. So that is uranium-235. There's the uranium-235. So let's do that. Uranium-235. And it's done already. Flipping heck, that was a quick one, wasn't it? There's the quest. And then uranium itself. Centrifuge. Not the one that we want. Red granite. Ooh. You got a chance right there of getting uranium dust. Interesting. Depleted uranium hexafluoride. And, oh, you actually get some fluorine from it. Look at all of the fluorine you get. That's mad. Yeah, you only put 2 buckets in. That's mad. Okay. So let's do uranium next. Love that. Quest. Probably shouldn't be handling this radioactive substance, but still. And then finally, plutonium, I believe. It doesn't say it here, but... yes, the depleted, highly enriched uranium fuel rod right here. So we need the highly enriched uranium fuel rod, 20 billion calories, which is uranium-235, and one of these aluminium cells. So we can do that. So that's the highly enriched. Let's do that now. There it is. And I'll show you that over here. I've got a little canner. And I did actually put this down here as well, a packer, but it's not worked as well as I thought it would because I'm exporting into here and it always puts like the little dregs in there and jams it all up. So not the best, but it's all good. Let's make one of these highly enriched. So that's going to go off and make us some more of this enriched uranium hexafluoride because it needs to make the uranium-235 dust. And I'm pretty sure this thing, to make it like the depleted version. Yeah. It only takes 15 seconds to do this. Mad. Generates 16,000 EU per tick. Okay, what does this one... have I got it on me still? Or did I put it away? I already put it away, damn it. Okay, so 16A. What can this one do? 8,000 EU per tick. We could get it to output into 2 of these, I guess. That might work. Also, that probably means we need an IV dynamo. Thinking about it. Actually, I feel like we need a ULV dynamo, but still. No, not ULV. LUV is what I meant to say. Sorry. LUV. Yes. Let's try that. Let's try that. So, in fact, we could just chuck it in here. Let's get this thing out. Input bus. So we can stick that one in there. This might explode. I hope it doesn't. Just quickly going to do a backup, because why not? Let's get ourselves some, what was it that we needed with this? It was a bucket of distilled. Idling. Input bus. Input hatch. Might not like the fact that we've got that dynamo there. So let's try and make a... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go program in a IV dynamo. Yeah, let's do that right now. IV dynamo. Can this have multiple? I don't know if it can do multiple or not, but no idea. We've actually not done many actually, we haven't done any GregTech power solutions yet, have we? It's kind of bad, right? That we've only just got to that point. My bad. Oh, flipping heck. Right, so I feel like this should be working, even if it's got like a really rubbish dynamo. But yeah, let's let that go off and do its thing. It's got to cook a bunch of stuff, doesn't it? So yeah. And we'll be back, hopefully, when I can put this dynamo in. It might need 2 dynamos. I don't know if it'll form with 2. Ah, okay. Well, apparently it does get contaminated in here. I haven't broken anything, have I? No, because otherwise it wouldn't say contaminated. I did... Someone in the comments told me that we didn't need to power this anymore, but apparently we do. So let me put that back on. Our flux point that we've got. This one it was. I literally just took it off before the episode started, so that's my bad. And this is going to take a phenomenal amount of time to decontaminate our clean room. I'm pretty sure every operation that you do in here does a little bit of contamination, which then, yeah, this clean room thing will filter everything out. I think that's how that works. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how that works. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I did take that off just before the start of the episode, so classic Pilpoh right there. Right, I edited my video in that time. I've edited up to this point. Oh, brilliant. Are you working now? Yep, you did work. Perfect. Why are you trying to do that now? Ah, you're trying to do it in here. Okay. Doing its thing. Yeah, you don't need a perfect 100% cleanliness or whatever it is, even though this will go to 100% when this gets to 100%, basically. But that was a really long amount of time, unfortunately. It happens though, doesn't it? So, oh, actually, we should just wait until, there you go, 100% clean. Good stuff. Lovely. So that is now being chopped up right there. 45 seconds. And then that will go into the assembler. And we can get our dynamo. Now, I don't really know how this works. We should probably investigate a little bit. But I think it's more fun not to. Especially if we do explode. Take this dynamo. It really bothers me that this is like, you know, not symmetrical. Like, why does it do this? Strange, innit? Also, when you put plutonium in there, is it just gonna just do its thing? I don't know. If I do this, is it just gonna start up? Oh, never mind, it is gonna start up. Oh, and it stops. Please don't explode. It didn't explode. That's really useful. So we could just... Okay. What was that? That was the dynamo. No, not the dynamo. What was it? It was the... That's the energy hatch. I've got it on me. It's right here. I cannot for the life of me remember how this works. Is it still the red dot that we have to pull in from? I think it might be, you know. So if I do this and then wrench and then mallet. So if I wrench it so it's facing that way, obviously nothing coming in. And I hit the mallet, or is it the other way around? I think it might be the other way around. So now if I pick this one up and I put it down like this. Oh, and then I mallet it. There you go. See, there you go. And then what I can do is put a flux plug instead. We put the flux plug right here. See what I'm doing? Running perfectly, apparently. I like the fact that it just stops what it's doing. And it puts everything into this. So we can say priority for this, 10. I actually don't know how the priorities work with flux plugs, if I'm honest. I think, does it go from -1? Is it this one first? Okay, so that one's not really being used. That one's not being used. Oh, that one is being used. Okay, these two are being used. The one in the middle isn't, and this one is. Okay, we should look into why. Oh, because this has only got a buffer. I'm quite tempted to just void this power just so we can get the quest done. Not voiding it technically, is it? We do that. There you go. It's done now. So now we can go to the output, which is this. We can take the depleted uranium fuel rod. And then we can put that through a centrifuge to get plutonium from it. So I can stick that one in here. There you go. Plutonium. Quest. And then finally, what is it for this one? Plutonium. Wait, what? Oh, depleted. Ah, there's a depleted version. Okay. Have I got that? Depleted? No, I don't. Okay, let's try and run one of the depleted versions through. And then we'll probably call it an episode, I think. There we go. Low, and then we can pop this one upstairs as well. Probably with some distilled water. Is that how it works? Distilled water. Oh. There we go. Okay. So still making some decent power. I'm just going to have to do this a couple of times, aren't I, to get the power out. This is so dumb. There we go. So that is going to get us a depleted. Nice. Stick that in the centrifuge as well. Plutonium. Plutonium dust. Quest. Wait. Hang on a minute. Where's the quest in this one? Where is it? There's always one that catches me out, which is just like, oh, you need to check mark this thing. And then you have completed. Unless it's done. Oh my goodness. Right, give me... Oh, it's flipping there, innit? Sapphire dust. It's got to be that one, right? Oh my goodness. I'm always really bad at this. Oh, there's another one. You're kidding me. Alright, the only one I can see is this one over here. Biomass. You just need to tick... And there's the chapter complete. Brilliant. Fair enough. Right. Well, I'm going to call the episode here. I feel like we got quite a bit done. Obviously, we got a nuclear reactor now that we can fling a bunch of uranium at eventually. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, for today, I think that's all we've got. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Right. Forgot about the statistics for a second there, but I did remember real quick. We are now at 12.24 days.